The incident took place just days before U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Mexico to sign new agreements to control the wave of migrants. The migrant group is estimated to number up to 6,000 people, including families with young children. This is the largest group of people in more than a year, a sign of the joint efforts of the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden and the government of Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador to prevent migration. Illegal immigration did not achieve the expected results. The above-mentioned migrants started moving on Christmas Eve, December 24th, from the city of Tapachula, near Mexico's southern border with Guatemala. This month, up to 10,000 migrants were arrested every day at the U.S. southwest border. Meanwhile, U.S. Customs and Border Protection had to suspend cross-border rail traffic in the Texas cities of Eagle Pass and El Paso as migrants frequently traveled on freight trains. Mexican President López Obrador said he is ready to cooperate with the U.S. to resolve concerns about migrants. However, he also called on President Joe Biden to ease sanctions on Cuba and Venezuela, and strengthen aid policies for developing countries in Latin America so that these countries can improve their economies and reduce migration due to poverty. The United States called on southern countries to prevent people from making the dangerous journey north by encouraging them to apply for refugee status closer to home. According to the American Migration Policy Institute, the U.S.-Mexico border issue will not be fully resolved until all parts of the border enforcement system are properly resourced. Many countries are facing mass migration due to war, violent poverty, climate change, and economic disparities that force people to leave their places of residence. For decades, the United States has mainly focused on investing in border patrol forces and fences, but the department that is currently overloaded is the Immigration System Management Agency, especially the decision-making stage. Asylum granting, immigration courts, and deportation agencies. Therefore, providing adequate resources to these departments will reduce immigrant crowds of thousands. Amid vast deserts, canyons and cactus-covered hills, migrants fall victim to heat stroke in the summer and hypothermia in the winter, officials at the U.S. border say. Some bodies were never found. One of the most worrying trends IOM has seen in the Americas is the increase in deaths on Caribbean migration routes. Most victims on Caribbean migration routes are from the Dominican Republic, Haiti and Cuba. The Darien Gap, Death Forest, located on the border of Panama and Colombia and chosen by many migrants to reach the United States, saw 141 migrant deaths last year. The remote and dangerous nature of the area and the presence of criminal gangs along the route means this figure may not represent the actual number of deaths. Reuters cited data from the International Organization for Migration, IOM, released on December 25, showing that the U.S.-Mexico border is the most dangerous land migration route in the world, with hundreds of people killed trying to cross the dangerous desert.